Good afternoon. My name is Stephanie Lanham, and I will be today's moderator. Today's webinar will guide you on how to get started with your Karma411 Microsite. But first, I'd like to give a little background. About 6 months ago, we started looking for a better way for our programs to raise more money online, using social networking and helping our programs to reach out to potential supporters. We were looking to find a solution that also had options for fundraising, raising awareness, auctions, golf outings, and more. After analyzing at least 5 different companies and their solutions, we found Karma411 to be our best option. They have created a solution for our UCP programs that we think you'll love. I'd like to introduce Eric McAbee, who is the Director of Professional Services with Karma411. And he is going to go into more details about the program and how you can join us as an initial tester for the program. Eric?
Yep, great. Thanks, Stephanie. So I'm going to share my screen. And what I have up here is actually the solution that we have built. So this is the front end of what we've built for United Charitable Programs. And basically what we have here is a general super site that houses the different microsites for the different programs. So this, the purpose of this is to increase the visibility of each program and also allow people, supporters, potential supporters, to come in to the general United Charitable Programs website and navigate to find a program that they're interested in supporting. Right now, these are some programs that we have up here with some filler content. I'm going to show you how to manage your program by modifying the content that's in a test program that we have called Program XYZ. So let's just find that. So it's actually on our test site. I'm going to show you how to log in first and then go into manage the site. So let's start with logging in. The URL to log in is ucpfund.org. When you get there, it's going to look something like this. It's going to be just a general site that talks about how Karma411 helps nonprofits and causes raise money and awareness. But just click the login, and every one of you will have your own personal username and password, which will be your email address and a password. I'm going to go in with mine. The purpose of the microsites is to be able to raise money, build awareness, and allow for people-to-people fundraising, usually focused around an event. So let's just take a look for 1 second here. If I wanted to pull up a sample microsite that we have, here's a microsite that's geared around an event. It's for one of the United Charitable Programs. And they have a Cruise for a Cause coming up. So they are selling registration, allowing people to give donations, and giving more information about the actual event through this microsite. So that's what I'm going to do here also. So I'm going to go into my event microsites, and here I can see the list of the sites that I'm managing. And I happen to have a lot just because I'm a super admin here. But I'm just going to find the one that we're going to be managing for today. And it's called Program XYZ. And let's just say, for argument's sake, we're having a dinner coming up in the fall. So I'm going to set this up as if it were a dinner, but you'll see that a lot of the features that I'm going to show you apply to any type of event or fundraising appeal that you might have coming up. So we're logged in. We've accessed the back end of the microsite. This is all management. So if you want to see what the microsite looks like, you click on Preview Site. And right now, this is what's been created for me. Pretty bare bones, not much of a navigation. The title is just simple, Program XYZ. The image just says support me. There's no real description, and there's just basically a donate button that takes you to give a donation. So obviously not a lot of bells and whistles yet, but let's see what we could do. So when you first log into the back end of the microsite, there's a little bit of a dashboard with some quick links over here. So if you want to go straight into your email tool, your page configurations, your reports, or to edit certain pages, you can go through it this way. I'm going to show you how to do it by navigating through the top instead of using the quick links. But the quick links are there to be more convenient for you. So the first tab across the top is the website. This is where you control all the content and the appearance of this site that we're looking at, this microsite. So if you want there to be more pages next to home, if you want there to be an About Us, like we saw on Cruise for a Cause, they have an About Us page. If you want to have multiple pages, to change the images, so Cruise for a Cause has a nice image up here, or maybe multiple, that you can upload. They have a map with their event information. They have their own event description, their own date and time. We want to do the same thing for program XYZ. So how can we do that? In website, the first sub-tab under website is called homepage layout. This is where you can control all of the elements that appear on this homepage. And I'm just going to keep clicking back and forth between this page here, which is the front end. This is what users will see when they come onto the site. And this page here, which is the back end, this is what only admins see to manage the site. So the first thing is it's program XYZ. That's the name of my program, but the event is really, our annual fall dinner. So I'm just going to put that in. As soon as I hit save on that little light box, I just need to hit refresh over here, and it updates my event name at the top. So my title is now correct. I'm pleased with that. The next thing I want to do is add a date and time. So it just so happens that this year's program's fall dinner will take place on November 3rd, and it's going to be at 6 p.m. Hit that too quickly. And now if I hit refresh, it now just added this date and time below the name. And you can obviously update that on the fly. So if you pick the date and time that works right now, but there's a rain check or something and you need to change the date, it's very easy to just go in and manage. All of the content that I'm going to show you here can be managed on the fly. So you don't need to make all the decisions right away, but know that the changes that you make will appear on the site that you built. So we have the program name, we have the event date. The next thing I want to do is to add some photos to the home page. Right now it just says support me, which is great, but let's do something more towards our cause. We love cute puppies, so we're going to upload a picture of some cute puppies. And if I hit refresh one more time, you'll see that the picture gets uploaded into the center right here. You could upload more pictures and it would rotate through. So you can upload up to 5 pictures there. And now we have the event description. Also pretty simple to manage. There's a little widget on the back end called Edit Event Description. And when I click it, this is where I can modify this. Event description goes here. Let me just say, this is a dinner that will take place this November. It's going to be great. Big fan of exclamation points here. So now I added the event description, so when I hit refresh, this will now have the correct description. We recommend about a paragraph to go there, usually more than just one sentence. So, it could even include your mission statement up here if people aren't fully familiar with your program, because the purpose of this is to reach out to a new audience that you haven't previously solicited. And I'll show you how the whole, spreading of the word works. So you might want to include your mission here or somewhere within the site, just so people can learn more about your program, even though this is really geared towards the event. We have a little section for comments here. This is for people to leave their comments, say how much they love you, or they support you, or are looking forward to the event. You could turn this section on and off, as with all of the widgets that are here. So if I wanted to remove the comments widget, all I would need to do is at the bottom of this back-end homepage layout, there's a little widget that says remove this widget. It's our comment widget. As soon as I click it, go here and hit refresh. Now that it's been removed. and adding it is just as easy. You can do this on the fly. So if one day you decide you don't want the widget for comments, you could remove it, and the next day you want it there, you could add it back. These buttons and items on the right-hand side are also easy to turn on and off. So right now we have this create a page widget. This is for people to be able to fundraise on behalf of the organization. So if somebody wants to raise money for your cause, and we do push users to do this. So after people register and after people make donations, we always say it's so great that you're supporting us, you're registering for our event, you're giving, you're making a contribution. What would be really great is if you would ask some people that you know to contribute to the cause as well. They care enough to give the money, so most likely they'd care enough to ask their friends to contribute. And the beauty of this is they don't need to all be large donations. The $50 and the $20 all add up when you reach out to more and more people. So it's really a grassroots fundraising platform. So this tool lets you create your own page. If you click it, either through Facebook Connect or through just putting in your information, you will then receive a fundraising page which you could then use to solicit donations from your friends or family and get them to sign up for the event also. So this is more for an end user to use. I could turn that widget on and off simply by clicking this button here, but I love it, so I'm going to leave it on. The next are these three buttons: registration, donation, and sponsor. This is to push people to, these are our calls to action, I guess, for the event. So you can change what the word says. So instead of donation, I want to make it an action, donate. And same with registration. I'm going to call it register. And those updates, like the other ones, will affect the site. We have this little fundraising thermometer. It's a neat feature. Once you start raising some money, you'd want to turn this on just to show people what your goal is for the event and have them incentivized to help you reach that goal. Everyone wants to see a thermometer get filled up, so it's a fun way to motivate people to donate and to fundraise. And then we have a leaderboard widget, which is the last one. This is to highlight the people who have raised the most money on behalf of your cause. And we also have the functionality for teams. So this leaderboard will include the top individuals and top teams that have raised money. Okay, so that's the home page. Pretty straightforward. One thing I left off is this navigation bar, and it says Edit Navigation Bar. This is for the pages that appear here. So right now we just have one page called Home. I'm going to show you how to manage this navigation bar in the next tab called Subpages. So when you go into Subpages, it gives you a little bit of information, but I'll explain it. Basically, you can create a new page. So let's say we want to say about XYZ. Navigation label would be used if you wanted to make, so the page title could be something very long. This page is all about XYZ. A navigation label is what actually appears in that navigation bar. If you left it blank, it would just grab this entire thing. So I'll demonstrate that, and I'll show you how we might make use of the navigation label in 1 minute. This is the content that goes and then these are some settings that you'd want. So URL would, this is if you wanted to make that navigation item point to an external link. So if you already had an About Us page and you wanted to point people there, you can do that by just putting in the URL here. Only show when logged in is if you wanted to make that page only visible to users when they're logged in. And hide when logged in is if you have a page that isn't appropriate for users that are logged in, like something that says, hey, sign up, register, log in, start doing stuff. You might not want people that are already logged in to be pushed to do it since they've already done it. Rank order is used for ordering the navigation items. So if we gave this an order of 1, You could leave off rank order, and then it'll just automatically do it by the time that it was created. So let's just take a look and see what I've done so far. If I hit refresh, I have a new page up here. This is page all about XYZ. And you see I changed the word donation to donate, so that's good. And if I click on this page all about XYZ, it tells me that this is the content for the page, that's the content that I put there, and we still maintain this side navigation that shows up on the home page, which is great. But now, I don't want this whole thing to be in the navigation bar. I want it to be a shorter version of it. So if I go back in, click Edit, and this would just say about XYZ. And hit Save. The title of the page will be this still, but the navigation bar will just say about XYZ. So that's a neat little feature that we've added based on some use cases that we've had in the past. So let's keep going through it. Other things that you'd want to add to these pages are photos. Everyone loves putting photos up on their content pages, and videos. So let me demonstrate how to add some photos and videos, make this page a little more rich. So the first thing is I'm going to just do a search for some lorem ipsum text, just because I'm not in the mood to type everything out for this. This isn't what I was looking for, but it works. So I'm just going to grab a paragraph. Usually when you grab a paragraph, you want to clear the formatting. So what I like to do is go into text edit and just paste it and cut it. It's a neat little trick so that if you're pasting into like another document, you don't drag any messy formatting with it. So now I have this long lorem ipsum paragraph. I want to throw an image right here, and have the word wrap around it. Some people like to do it that way. To add an image, you just click on this little landscape button here. It shows a little mountain and a sun. And you want to upload an image. So if you go to Browse Server, there's a little plus sign where you can go in and find any image you'd like from your computer. I'm going to grab this little, not sure what it is. Click Upload. And it tells me the file was added successfully. This is the file. I'm going to select it. And if I click OK, it's going to be large. I don't like it, so I'm going to go back into it. Oops. Just select that image again, go back into that edit tool, and I can make the width, let's say, 150 instead of 420. I can align it left. This will make the words wrap around it. And what happens here is that there's no padding between the images and the word, so I'm going to add some horizontal space, which is what it needs to have some padding around it. Click OK, and beautiful. I have my text, I have my image in there, exactly how I want it to appear. The next thing I might want to do is add a YouTube video. So let me pull up YouTube, have it open over here. Let me just grab a video that I'd like to add. Here we go. I want to show people some talking babies. Oops. I don't need to watch it. I could just go straight into this tab here. So in YouTube and all of these video tools that you might have your videos hosted on, like Vimeo or I don't know where else it might be, maybe even like a Flickr slideshow, there's always the ability to have this embedded on your website. So you want to find those keywords. So I know where it is in YouTube. It's under this share option. There's a little grayed out option here called embed. And if I select it, they actually give me this code here. This might intimidate people, but it's not so bad once you get it. So I'm just going to copy this code, and I'm going to paste it in my back end over here. But I can't just paste it right here. What this tool is called a WYSIWYG tool. WYSIWYG stands for what you see is what you get. And the reason it's great is because I can go in and without knowing any HTML, I can modify the text that appears on a website. Typically, or in the past, what you've had to do is you've had to go in and make changes to the HTML code to make something bold. But here, all I need to do is click that little B, and it's just like, everyone knows how to use Word and make something bold. But unfortunately, for embedding a YouTube video onto the site, what we need to do is click into the source code. So I'm just going to click the word source. It's going to show all of this HTML code that isn't so neat, but it's not so intimidating. And I'm just going to, really anywhere, paste in what I just copied from YouTube and untoggle that source. And now it's going to show up as this rectangle that says iframe. And I can, cut it at this point and paste it anywhere I want. So if I want it to be before the image, I can hit enter a couple times and paste it here. And now I have the YouTube video and then the text below. And that's how I want it to appear. I'm happy with the settings of, having it visible at all times. I'm going to hit save. Let's see how my page turned out. I got the YouTube video up. It works. And I got the image with the text wrapped around it. So everything works well, and I'm pleased. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is how to manage your registration options. So aside from creating the different pages and describing the site, describing the event on the website, the most important thing is selling your registration. So on the back end again, the next tab over from website is called registration. And we have 3 subtabs here. The first one is items. This would be like an individual registration ticket or a t-shirt that you want to sell for a contribution, or a raffle ticket, or the possibilities are endless. It could be whatever type of event you have. It would be the items that you're selling for it, and some of them might be registration items, some of them might just be items that you're selling. They would all go here. Packages are if you wanted to group up in items. So let's say I had a bunch of items. I had, it was a golf outing, let's say, and I had a golf registration, a dinner registration, a polo shirt, and a raffle ticket. Those are all items that people could purchase. I wanted to make a package maybe of what I call a foursome, which is 4 golf tickets, 4 dinner tickets, 4 polo shirts, and I don't know, maybe 8 dinner tickets, because we want to have couples at the dinner and whatever. So I could set that up as a package, and it would just be a bundle where people could purchase the entire bundle, and they could have its own price, which I'll show in a minute. And then item questions. This is where you create the custom fields that you'd want to ask when people purchase the items. So if it's a golf outing, you might want to ask people their handicap. If it's a dinner, you might want to ask them what's their meal choice. So I'm actually going to create that one. I'm going to create a question first. I'm going to say meal choice. And let's just say we have 3 options. So down here, this is where you create the question name. Down here is where you choose what type of answer you'd like the user to submit. It could be a 1-line answer or an essay answer. That would be these 2 options. It might be a scale of 1 to 10, or a yes, no, which was the equivalent of like a true, false. And then we have multiple choice, where they can select 1 correct response from the multiple choices that we can provide, or checkboxes, where they can select more than 1 response from the multiple choices. So I'm going to create it as a multiple choice. First one is, let's say, the steak dinner, chicken, and let's say pasta for vegetarians. I'll specify. I apologize if I spelled that wrong. I'm not sure. Anyway, now it's definitely wrong. Rank order is also just for placement. If I want it to be the first or second question, I can play with the rank order. If I don't select any rank orders, it'll by default set it up the order that I created these questions. I'm going to, this bothers me a little bit, I'm going to submit it, and now I have created this question. If I go into items now, and let's just wait one more question just for fun. company. So if I want to know what company the people are coming in from, and in this case I want it to be a one-line answer. Now I'm going to create my items. The first item I'm going to create is just a dinner ticket. So it's an individual ticket for one person. Admits one to attend the dinner. I can upload an image to go along with it, so I could use this here. See how this comes out. And then how much does this cost? So my dinner is going to cost $150 a seat, and I calculated that it's going to be 70% tax deductible. That's for receiving purposes. And now here's where those questions come in handy, because I can select which questions do I want to include in my dinner ticket when people purchase it. So I want to ask both the meal choice and the company name. Is inventory limited for this item? This lets me track my inventory. So if I only have a certain amount of seats at my venue, which I do, I happen to only have 300 seats at the venue, I don't want to exceed that. So the system will actually stop selling tickets as soon as I reach this number, which is great for most dinner and golf outings and events like that, cruises especially. Is this item available? Clearly, I'd like to sell it. And can people purchase multiple items? Sure, why not? Now this category is where I designate where on the site it appears. We have 3 different tabs where people can purchase from. One is our sponsorship tab, one is our donation tab, and one is our registration tab. This is for an attendance, so I'm going to say it's registration. And for now, I'm just going to leave rank order defaulted at 0. I'm happy with that. Here we go. I created my dinner ticket. Now, 2 things happen on the site. First is the dinner ticket shows up, and the second is there's going to be another button here when I hit refresh that says register, and that button will take you to the dinner ticket catalog to purchase it. So now you see that button's here. If I click it, it takes me to a little catalog. I can say I'd like 2 dinner tickets, add it to my cart, and this is what an end user would do. They might like to add a donation to their registration, which simply adds up, complete checkout, and straightforward. So for the end user, this is a terrific solution. Let me go back to the back end here. I'm going to create a package, but I could create more items and show you how to do it again, but it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to create a package, and this package is going to be called Table of 10. And if somebody wanted to purchase 10 seats and have their own table, by all means, so admit 10 adults for the dinner. For lack of creativity, I'm just going to use the same image. And I'm going to say this, so automatically all the items that I have will appear in this little table here. Dinner ticket is here now. I'm going to say yes, 10 of those please. And let's discount it. So instead of $1,500, I'm going to sell it for a discount. So my tax deductible, whatever, something like that. And here I don't want to ask for meal choice. I just want to know what company, and we'll accommodate them whatever meal choice they have. Is inventory limited for this package? Yes, I only have 30 tables. Can't sell more than 30 tables. And is the item available? Yes. Can people purchase multiple? I'm not so sure. Maybe this one I don't want them to be able to purchase multiple items. It's still a registration, so I'm going to click registration again and hit save. And now I have a table of 10, which is a package. Now on the front end, if I go back into register, I'll have 2 items here. One that's a table of 10, which is really a package. The other is which is a dinner ticket, which is just an item. And you notice the dinner ticket has a quantity, whereas the package, I set to not have a quantity. So that's all set. Everything else is straightforward. As soon as people register, They'll be thanked. They'll receive a receipt via email. They'll also receive a welcome email. And the page will say that they're able to create their own personal fundraising page. So we continually drive people to fundraise on behalf of the cause and use the peer-to-peer tools. I guess the last thing is if you have any questions, we've set up a help center. This help center is very much geared towards our general platform, which is Karma411. What we've set up for United Charitable Programs is your own solution that's already branded. You notice that I left off a lot of this back-end stuff. A lot of it has been disabled, like these appearance details and different things you might want to change within the appearance, like this masthead. It's pretty much locked to be branded and all set up for you. So all you need to do is go in and make the content changes that you need, the registration items that you need to make, and you're able to start raising money for the event. So on this platform that I mentioned that has the support, this would be used if you have any questions. The URL is support.karma411.com. Not everything would apply to you, but there are some articles here on how you can create different items, some best practices. There's even some support for end users here. And if you have any additional questions, something that isn't answered here, you could always go into live chat and communicate with us directly. And we'd be happy to help.
All right, thank you so much, Eric, for taking the time to walk our program managers through the steps to help them get started with their Karma411 microsite. We're really excited for our programs to get started on this new fundraising platform. And as Eric said, if you have any questions, you can contact the support center, but you're always, of course, welcome to contact us at United Charitable Programs. You can actually contact me directly, which is Stephanie, S-T-E-P-H-A-N-I-E, at unitedcp.org, and I'll go ahead and try to